Welcome everybody to my tutorial on painting a cherry blossom and its leaf. Here's my reference photo from paintmyphoto.com and I'll be blowing it up here. So let's begin. Here I'm taking a number 4 round and I wet the petal that I want to paint. The colors I'll be using basically is quinacridone red. I will add some sap green at a later point. The quinacridone red I use very lightly, and you can see there that I'm blending it in from the bottom of the petal towards the tip because I want the tip of the petal to be lighter. I'll come in with mostly quinacridone red on my brush, as you see right there, and I'll spread that towards the end of the petal, towards the top of it. That's the only color that I used on these cherry blossoms in this particular painting, besides a little sap green, just that would be where the petal attaches down onto the stem. That's where I added the sap green. But I just wanted you to see, using one color, depending how much water that you have when you mix it on your palette, or how much paint you have, you can control the value of that color. Now I dried it, and here I'm going into the second leaf petal that I'll be painting, and I wet that, and I'm coming in with my quinacridone red again. These blossoms are very light, a light pink, but they're darker towards the bottom where they connect to the stem, as you can see. And they're really fun and easy to paint. Basically, you're just blending that petal with the water and controlling the value of the color by how much water you have on your brush, or lack of. You could have more pigment or more paint. And that is my bird that you heard in the background. Here you can see I'm adding more paint towards the base of the petal. And you just kind of work with the tip of your brush to blend, maybe bring in some veins of the flower. And when you paint the next petal, you either want to paint one that's not touching it, or you can dry the petal that you've just worked on completely before moving to the next one. Otherwise they will blend together and you'll lose what you just worked on. So here you can see that I've added more paint. I decided I wanted that petal to be more red or more pink. So I just decided to add more pigment on my brush to get that. Here you can see I have water, just plain water on my brush. I dabbed it off and I'm lifting out some color. And that works well too to blend towards the base of the petal. Now I'm wetting the next one. It's just water on my brush. Wet your next petal. Come in with the color that you're using. This one I decided to do all pink, so I don't have a lot of pigment on my brush. I mixed the quinacridone red on my palette with the water to get down to this color pink that I wanted. And now you can see that I'm coming in and painting that back petal using the same value of pink that I used on that last petal that I did. So I'm blending it out here and softening using just water on the tip of my brush. I lift it out a little bit and that gets it soft. And now here you can see that I'm coming in to paint the stem of the flower. I'm using a mix of quinacridone red. I added a little bit of sap green to that mixture to get a darker red for the stem. And there you can see that I'm painting from the base of the flower and doing the whole stem in a kind of a light value of that mix, which means that I have more water than I do pigment on my brush. Now that the flower is finished, we'll move to the leaf underneath it. I'm using plain water to wet that leaf first before I apply pigment, which will be sap green. Here I'm applying the green, staying light at the top where the leaf receives the most light. After letting the leaf dry, I'm coming in now with my mix of Perylene green and Ultramarine blue. And I'm painting that tip underneath where it has the most shadow. I'm using mostly paint. There is water on my brush and I pre-mixed it on the palette, but I used mostly paint. And I'm coming in more with the Ultramarine blue to make that darker. Here you can see that I've added sap green, just plain sap green, on the top of the leaf. It's mixed with water. It's a fairly dark value. And then I came back in with my brush. It's just wet with water, and I'm softening that area out. Now coming in with an old brush, it's a flat number 12. It just has water on it. I dabbed it off, and now you can see that I'm lifting paint for that main vein on the leaf. I thought the vein was a little bit wide, so I came back with my number 4 round and some sap green, and you can see that I'm kind of thinning out so that the vein gets thinner towards the tip. And now I'm coming in with a mix of the Perylene green and Ultramarine deep. I mixed it on my palette. With the tip of my brush, I just wanted to add it to the bottom part of that leaf where it would be shaded. And here you can see that I'm blending it out towards the center, and there's my 12-inch flat, and that's just water and dabbed on the towel, and I am lifting out the paint to make the veins that come out from that center vein. It's a really fun technique. I hope you guys try this. Well, that is the end of this tutorial, and I hope you guys liked it, and I hope that you subscribe to my email newsletter on my website. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. And until next time, happy painting!